Peace and greetings, beloved brother. Yeah, go and check it now. We're gonna see what this is. No, it's not up yet. I just now hit go. Yeah, I just hit live, yeah. So just let me know what it is, all right? All right, Islam. Peace, love. Alrighty. Alrighty, Brother Ronnie is live now. Peace and greetings, Islam to you all. I'm just playing with you, Brother Ronnie. I didn't even mean to put the Ronnie part. That's why I started laughing. Like, I meant to put live, bro, but for some reason Ronnie came up. Like, what was that? The Journey. Get your hands on The Journey, by the way. You know, shout out to Brother Ronnie Han Salam. So, let's see. Got it. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna keep continuing, guys. I know it's gonna be a little late in the stream. It's probably like a little delay, probably 12 to 15 second delay. And Brother Oscar Solicel, I know that's Brother Pumiel. Okay, it says you can hear me loud and clear. This is great. This is my first time streaming live on YouTube, guys. So thank you for joining me. Alrighty, Astronomy and Astrology, right? So it's a little, you know, little impromptu. I got a little something behind me, as you guys can see. I hope the music is great and everything, you know? I got you guys texting me or whatever. You know, I asked a few of you guys, hey, man, can you monitor this for me? Just be a monitor, man, and whatnot for me or whatever, you know what I mean? I kind of wanted to send it out to, yeah, I know, Brother Ronnie, I know, right? Because I didn't hit the live stream thingy yet. You know, I've been practicing with Facebook, and now, you know, I'm sitting here now with YouTube. Right? I told you guys a couple years ago, I was like, I know it's only one video on the YouTube situation or whatever for 7 Hill Star. And that was just a folding video. But now look, right? So here we go. And I trust that it's not too much latency or too much holdback. And I'm gonna try to get around on this thing, and I'm just gonna continue moving, all right? So what do I got here to show you guys? Let's see if I can do this all with my hand, right? I wanna show you guys this little Swift player, right? And it's astronomy based. You wanna start the animation, right? Let me put it about where we are now, right? We're about right here in the beginning of April, pardon me, March actually. I'll put it on March. So you got the 21st here, right? March 21st, all right? And I just kinda wanna show you guys that this is some software, right? From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Alrighty. Thank you, Brother Daventino. I appreciate you too, beloved. Thank you so much, everybody that got back to me. Brother Ronnie, Brother Daventino, Brother Pumiel, Brother Shakur, appreciate you. Let's see if we can get a couple other people in here, actually. Where's Mother Tamara? Hold up. Mother Tamara. Did I miss it? Let me start this animation for y'all real quick. Check it out. Now, for those of you guys that have the actual drive, the jump drive that, you know, it's loaded with like almost like 23, if not 23 gigs of information, including this software that you're looking at. All these like bunch of like software stuff, but you're gonna need Swift Player, alrighty? As you can see, I'm using Swift Player, SWIFF Player, right? Oh, there's Mother Tamara, right? Let me hit paste on her. Boom, right? Alrighty, indeed. Thank you, Brother Shakur. Appreciate you as well, beloved. Just gonna send this on out, guys. Alrighty, so if you guys look at how this is moving, right? It's going already now to it's at the 28th of March, right? And as you see, this is just being simulated, guys, of just basically like what's going on here, right? And I just want you to just really pay attention, okay? Just really pay attention to what's really going on, all right? But I think, just the processor is like, I'm trying to process too much, so you want me to show you and run this animation at the same time? Something gotta go. All right, so I'm gonna give on the webcam so you guys can actually just see. This is the astronomical basis pertaining to things, right? So when a lot of people are like, oh, do astrologers have this and have that and X, Y, and Z or whatever? Let's show the analemma, because in order to be a really good astrologer, I think, it'd be best for you to have both astronomy and astrology under your belt, because the reason we given astrological delineations is because of our astronomical observances, right? Alrighty, Mother Tamara, no problem. I dig it. No worries. Hakuna Matata. But everybody else said it sounds great. And I appreciate you guys. So check it out. As you're looking right here, this is one of the simulators. This is a sun motion simulator from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I mean, all these things, these simulators that the University at Nebraska-Lincoln has are free. I downloaded them all for free. But I think Brother Daventino, you have the drive. Brother Jaguar Soul, you have the drive. Brother Musaba, Brother Bruce, I know you guys got the drive. Brother Ronnie, I think Brother Ronnie's got the drive. A lot of you guys have gotten the drive from me, because when I got it freely from Brother Taj Tariq Bey, of course I added a boatload of things to it as well. You know what I mean? I definitely did. And you guys already know, if you have your own drive, I'll just dump it on to your drive for nothing, because I got it for nothing. As far as the actual information, it's like if I make bread, now I'm gonna sell my bread, because it took time for me to use the ingredients to make the kind of bread that I make. So you really want to get your hands on this loaf, you're gonna have to give me a couple of silver coins, you know what I mean, to get your hands on this loaf. However, the raw materials, I can give that to you because the earth gives that freely. However, the exchange for the energy that went into transforming it, that's why we exchange and trade, commerce, right? Look at that, 15th of April, right? But let's just I just want to let you guys know, not only can you just watch this, but you can actually move this thing around. You know what I mean? And kind of see where you want to look at it. Alrighty, and I want you to pay attention too, because that little red right there, that's the analemma. That's what it looks like, the actual, let's hit stop. Let's hit the stop animation, right? If I hit the stop animation, let's see. If I'm just gonna move this cursor through the months, because I want you guys to see what it looks like. So when it's like January, beginning of January, right? This is where we are. Thank you so much, Brother Siraj and Brother Daventino. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your response. So, I'm just really looking. Okay, so that's the analemma, right? So a lot of people would be like, oh my goodness, I think I've seen that before. Well, that's like a woman being on her back, sort of, kind of. But it's kind of upside down. I think if I actually turned it this way, if it will let me, let's see. Will it let me turn it around? I'll show you guys what the analemma actually is. There's some pictures that I've posted before, but this is supposed to be like the woman's vag, and this is her anus, right? If a woman is laying on her back. So when you talk about the analemma and you watch like videos like Lifting the Veil is a YouTube channel, Albion's son with long blonde hair. Lifting the Veil, Symbols of Power, part 1, part 2, and part 3. And you'll see some images where he'll actually bring up the analemma and the woman's reproductive organs. Alrighty, so you can actually see that. Thank you, Mother Tamara. Alrighty, she says it looks great. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Alrighty. I appreciate you all. So that's what the analemma is. So a lot of people are like, how does astronomy as above be all affecting us so below? Well, you're basically looking at mom when she's on her back and looking right between her legs. When you're like looking at this right here, see how it's labeled too? The analemma, right? And this blue line is the celestial equator. That yellow line is the sun's path, right? That's the, pardon me, the ecliptic. It's daily path. Oh, let's actually just turn this back around now so you can see it, right? So, in wintertime, as you can see, if y'all was to face south, a lot of times if we was to face south, like me, I got a balcony at my main office, right, that faces the south. So a lot of times in the wintertime, this is how the sun looks to me. I'm facing it like that, alrighty? So when I'm facing south, that's usually the winter time. Now what happens as time goes on, the sun is going up that analema. You see? And there's some things that are changing, right? Let's look at this blue line. What's this? That's the prime hour circle, right? 0 hour right ascension. We're gonna get into that too. I'm gonna bring up something on right ascension and declination too, because I know a lot of people don't really get that, but there's a lot of motions and stuff that go on, right? And I trust that I can do this through the Swift player and do it quickly, but it just seems like it's eating my processor just a little bit, but it's all good. I'm gonna get through this, alrighty? So, woo! I've been working so hard, man. I really gotta take a me day. You know what I mean? Really take a me day. Shave and everything. Wash my face real good. Deep. I'm talking about deep, not just, all right, let me just get myself together. Daily stuff. You know what I mean? I'm talking about intensive care. But anyway, so just looking at these things, it would just get us really used to when we're starting to look at things astrologically, right? So we get used to, 0 hour prime meridian, right? And this would be the equator, right? And the sun's path, right? Well, it's going to go up and down within a band, right? So the top part of the band we know is the Tropic of Cancer. The bottom part of the band is the Tropic of Capricorn. So that's like, okay, so we take it back to December, right? 25th, right? And you see that the sun is at its lowest point, right? Before it's resurrected and begin to rise again, right? And where we are, we're about right here. This is where we're at. 21st of March, roughly, you know what I'm saying? But it's showing the time at about 12:54. That's noon, 54 minutes after noon, right? You see all the information it gives you there? It gives you the sun's hour angle, the sidereal time, the equation pertaining to the time, its altitude is azimuth, you know what I mean? And there's just many things that we can discuss, right? Like when you're talking celestial longitude, you're talking about where is a planet along the path with the sun. And you're talking celestial latitude, you're saying, how high above or below along that ecliptic plane is a planet, right? Then you got right ascension and declination. Right ascension would be like from this point here, right? This prime meridian, and going east, going that way, right? Let me see if I can bring that up. I'm really gonna try to bring that up. Let's see. So, I kind of already had it up already, just a little bit, right? But I'm just thinking like, man, maybe I can just, bring it up and show you guys. Pardon me, Brother Bruce, my apologies. Thank you, Brother Bruce, for responding as well. Brother Jag, I appreciate you as well. Alrighty, you two. So guys, don't bother me. You're like, oh man, why he just all in his phone? Look, guys, don't worry, I got you. Alrighty, I'm gonna make sure I go in even further. I'm just really just getting comfortable. That's all. Just making sure everything looks good, sounds good. You guys are responding back to me like, yeah, man, it's awesome, it's good, that's great. I appreciate you. I just wanted to bring up another Swift player though, so let me go into, right, another window. And let's see if I can bring on up little something something It's dealing with lunar cycles, if I wasn't mistaken.
87 bucks.
Maybe it's not that one. Maybe it's not the lunar cycles. It might be coordinates and motion. All right, so let's see if I can do that, right? Let's see if we can bring up coordinates and motion. I want to show you right ascension and declination, right? Because I spoke about it briefly. Because I know people, you know, when you think celestial longitude, you're thinking, where is a planet in relation to the sun on its path, right? On the sun's path, right? And then how much is it on the path exactly, or is it a little north, or is it a little south? You know what I'm saying? Then you're dealing with the celestial latitude, right? When you're talking the path of the sun. But when you're talking the equator, now you're talking right ascension, which is if you were to go along the path of the equator and traveling east, what happens there? And declination is how high or low a planet is in respect to the equator. So if this is the ecliptic, right, and this is the equator, right? If a planet is up here, then it has a north declination. It has a declination above, right, the equator. But if a planet's down here, then it's got a declination below the equator. It's a south declination. But can a planet have a south declination and a north celestial latitude? Yes. It's all in how you look at it. That's why I wanted to bring this up so you can see how these planes and circles cross each other. Because guys, I know a lot of you have been on the phone with me and I've explained astrology and astronomy to you. And one thing I realized, one thing's for sure and two things for certain, it's one thing to get the cognition, you know, the reading know-how, but it's another thing to get the haptic learning, that's the hands-on. And I guess I'm just trying to, you know, at least bridge the gap a little so that you guys can at least see what's on your drives. This is on your drives, guys. Alrighty? Maybe what I'll do is I'll actually go through it and show you where it is on the drive as well. But let's bring up, let me see, let me get this Swift player to bring it up. I want to show you the right ascension and declination one, right? Let's see if I got it. That's sun motion. I got sun motion. Oh, guys, it's skipping and blipping on me. I just don't see it. So, let's see. Try that again, right? Bring me up. There I go. All right. Guess you can't do that stuff then, huh? I tried, guys. I swear. I want to really show you this thing. If I can, it would be great. Let's bring that up, right? And then let's bring that up. Hit OK. Looky, looky. Astro cookie. Let's try this again, right? No worries, guys. Let's try this again. Let's see if this will work like this. Try to do this on the fly. I know it's like skip it, but give me a second. Let's see if I can try this on the fly. Get this window capture again. Right? Call this one Swift Player again. Right? All right, let's see what we get. Right? Hit OK. That is just amazing. Where's my Swift Player? It's all good, no worries. Just take it here. Let me see if I can go in studio mode real quick so I can cue that up and find it. Alrighty. So you guys keep on checking that out. So Even right now, if you just look at where the planets are right now, I know if I was to even think like, hold up, let me look at where these planets are right now, because I'm almost pretty sure, right? There's a reason why me even trying to find this thing and go over this right now. It would really explain it. You know what I mean? See, look at those planets move, baby. So I'm trying to bring up some other information I'm trying to show you. So that's like, okay, so that's Mercury, right? Look, in Pisces with the moon. Oh my goodness, I'm a tropic Cancer, right? So the moon and Mercury are conjunct in the 7th house. So they're trying to partner and give you guys, these images. So your imagination is a little bit more, manifested, so to speak. And it's right before the new moon. So the moon is decreasing in light. It's just like, oh, come on. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I like astrology, because even right now in this moment, we can just sit here and explain this astrologically. It's not really a loss, it's a lesson. You know what I mean? So even look at the fact that the ascendant is rising is Leo. Center of attention, center stage, things of that nature. And the first thing I had up was the sun's motions, and the sun rules Leo. All right, and it's ruling Leo from Aries right now. All righty. We can see the first house cusp is at 18 degrees Leo. Now it's at 19 degrees Leo. Just hit that. Sun is at 1 degree Aries, 39 minutes. I really want to bring that back up, guys. Yes, I does, right? So, let's see. All right. Like I said, man, if you guys could see what I'm doing, how I'm doing, you'll be like, how are you doing that? All right. I don't mind bringing this one back up, but I really, really want to show y'all. Right? And I wonder, it won't let me bring it up, will it? Let's try this again. I'm gonna actually exit out of one, right? And see if it'll let me bring up the other. Maybe not. That's interesting. Maybe I'll show you guys some other way, I guess. I just really wanted you guys to really see, right, what the right ascension actually looks like. Maybe I have to exit out of this one again. Let's try it one more time. I really want you guys to see the right ascension table. What the graph or whatever it is. Right? Let's see if I got it right now, guys. I might have made a rookie mistake, so don't judge me. I think I got it. Hold up. There we go. There it is. All right. Let's put it about right there, right? Hey. All right. So let's get you all looking like that, right? I like you. You like it? Should be cool. Maybe I should have put it there, right? But it's all good. That's all good, brother. No worries. Let's see, let me see if I just move on over here, right? Let me move my chair, right? So that way you guys can still see me. I really don't need to move out the way, and I could have positioned the camera to, let me just put myself up there in the corner like I did here when I'm going over the, chart with you guys, and I'm like, yeah, there I is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm already centered there, but since I don't have that scene set like that, let's just do this like this, alrighty? So, I want you guys to see what right ascension and declination is, alrighty? So, it'd probably just be better. So I'm just gonna sit right here, but let's actually move the ticker out the way, right? All right, so now check this out, guys. I want you to really check this out, right? Right ascension. This is right ascension. Remember that line that we saw that was the 0 hour line? That's that right there. This is the star we're going to be looking at to see how high it is away from the equator. And right ascension is moving this way. Do y'all see that right there? It looks like a G. see that, right? So that's to let you know that's not a G when you see the compass in square. It's not a G. That's a cycle motion with an arrow. It's not a G with that compass in square. I'm just saying, that's how I see it. Somebody else will say, oh, you wrong, brother. That ain't right. You ain't spitting the right. Hey, look at that. It's showing me right here. University of Nebraska, Lincoln, put it right there in front of my face. What should I do? Ignore it? No, man. Compass and square, man. That's where the G is. It's not a G. It's showing you right ascension. The motion pertaining to how we move. It's just the arrow. And it just so happens that from the angle in which we see in it, our perspective, it looks like the letter G. 7th letter of the alphabet, pertaining to the letter pertaining to the alphabet, right? So, looky, Astro Cookie at that. So, before we actually do some moving on the right ascension stuff, I'm gonna slide, like I said, I'm gonna put myself right here. Let me sit still. North and South poles, right? Let's label these things now, right? North and South pole. Boom, right? North and South pole. Hey, right? All right. So, we got that in there. North and South pole. You guys see that? Now let's get the equator in there. So you see where the equator is, right? All righty. Let's get the North and South celestial poles. So now we've taken the North and South poles and extended them to an imaginary sphere. All righty. So now it's like there's this force field, this dome around this globe, right? Next, we want the celestial equator labeled. All righty. So you see here, you got the, and I wasn't pointing with my arrow, pardon me, I wasn't on the right screen, but here we go now. This right here is your 0 hour, the prime meridian, as they say. Me personally, I don't think the prime meridian I don't think it was till 1854 that they moved the prime meridian to what is known as, or called, Greenwich, England. Because if you ask me, I'm here at the North Gate, cosmologically speaking, right? So if my time where I am is so-called Eastern, just next door to me, going west, is Central. Why would Central time be 60 degrees off? Why is Central Time 60 degrees off? 60 to 75, depending on the so-called savings time, right? I remember I saw Brain Games one day and they was showing this couple that was sealing the deal at this matrimonial ceremony. But they put these goggles on these people, right? That threw their vision off 30 degrees, and they told them, now you may now kiss the bride. And they struggled because their vision was off 30 degrees. Think about that one, right? So, I really think Central Time should be where it is. It should be running through what we identify being so-called Colorado or Denver or whatever. So just know that the time line, in my opinion, according to my studies, you know, that international date line, or that line that runs through Greenwich, England, that they're calling the prime meridian, that wasn't until 1854. That's fairly new. So what was the central line, the prime line before 1854? Think about it, right? So, indeed, beloved Mother Tamara, I've been thinking about it. You know, you start checking certain books, you're like, Central Time. That's just next door, not all the way across the pond. But that's what happens when you get robbed and hypothecated, and people that wear crowns, rule the orphans from the wars. You know, because we're the orphans. I know a lot of you guys are not going to want to admit it, but we're the orphans from those wars. And, you know, when people win wars, they'll try to control your timeline. When they try to control your timeline, then you don't know where you're at. You don't know how to read star maps, things of that nature. And then you got a brother like myself coming along, you know, after Prophet Noble Drew Ali, CM Bay, Brother Taj, you know, other sincere Moors that share, you know, Brother Abdullah, You know, even when he's sharing his astronomy and astrology things in his books, you'll actually see we're the ones here to help you. But as usual, what happens, you know, we come amongst our own and they receive us not. However, we got a little help now, so people may not like, I don't care if you like it or not, this next one, but if you look at Trump's face, our beloved son, Donald J. Trump, we know he's a knight. However, you know, he's actually helping us out. For those that really study sincere Moors, sincere Masons and Shriners that aren't with the BS, alrighty, and continuing to hypothecate our state, we're just seeing another transfer again. I mean, right now, you guys should really just read the James Traficant speech right now. And just really just look at that. Look at that James Traficant video. You know, you guys are, and I'm thankful for the people that really have studied and don't allow themselves to put on face masks and stuff, because you guys don't have a laboratory, not a microscope, you don't know anybody is really sick with it. However, what I can prove and what I see is that the people's faith is real low and small. I think it's which chapter is that, guys, in the Quran? The instability of man? Or the inconstancy, something like that? Robert T. Bay. Somebody just sent something through Cash App. I don't even know what that's for. But thank you, I guess. Oh my God, you guys are you're so, namaste. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. But I wasn't expecting that, but thank you so much. Alrighty. So to continue, right? Don't let these people control your thinking, man, because they're trying to control your timeline. That's why I'm showing you this. What does this got to do with astronomy and astrology? Well, even if you look at the so-called British flag, if you look up what's called, I dare you to never believe anything that I say. Don't believe anything I say. Try to prove it wrong. And when you prove it right, teach your family or bring back something to me and be like, hey, man, did you know this too? And I'd be like, oh, snap, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Where was I going with that? I want you guys to really go and check timelines. Time never was when man was not, right? I think my thought will come back when I go in or whatever, but because I'm just really thinking about a whole bunch of stuff. But I want you guys to really just think about astronomy and astrology for real. Time never was when man was not. So anytime there's wars and us being orphans, like I said, because there was generations and generations upon wars, right? And now what's actually happening is the culmination, like the things have come to a head now, and it's time for that pimple to be popped, like, you know what I mean? I guess the mini pimples, I guess, or whatever, right? Let's bring that 0 hour circle up. So just point that out, 0 hour circle. East arrow, which direction that is, and the path that the sun travels. All right, so we got all that up. So, East Indian chart. Look at the East Indian chart, right? Look up the British flag, right? It's an East Indian chart. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, oh my God, look at this. And then it just came back to me. So one of you guys telepathically just sent that to me and reminded me. I appreciate you, because I'm not looking at the chat right now, because I didn't make it so I could. So with that being said, the British flag is a East Indian chart. When you study Vedic astrology, right, which is the astrology based on the constellations, right, you'll see a North Indian style chart, a South Indian style chart, and there's another chart that is not really known too much. Even I'm kind of, I seen it before, but I didn't pay it any mind until just recently, like, that's the freaking British flag. It's an astrology chart. It's an East Indian chart. Literally, the British flag is an East Indian natal chart. Don't believe anything I tell you, go and look it up. Google East Indian style natal charts. And if you guys don't see a cross and the X going through and that look like the British flag, then I'm wrong then. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But again, don't believe anything I say. So, let's look at this, guys. Look, we can even move this one too. Like, see how I can move that? And we can look at this from many different angles. Oh my goodness, we can get so many perspectives, right? So, this is showing you a certain star that's already moved, right? This star here has moved. So, see how I can move that star? I can move it a few hours right ascension. I can move its declination, right? But let's put that star on the ecliptic, which is the purple line. This is the path that we assume, or we project, that the sun and the other planets tend to travel, this purple line. All right? So let's bring this star to the 0 point, right? Where the equator and the ecliptic plane cross, this is known as the vernal equinox point. Right here, guys. This is the vernal equinox point, right there. 0 hour. Let's see if I can put it at 0. Hold on, I gotta go down. Oh, let's put everything at 0. Right? I want it centered. I need it at 0. Let's move the cursor. Right? Matter of fact, why don't I just type it? Right? 0. 0. Right? 0 hour for everything. Let's do it like that, all right? So you see we got things at the 0 hour. That's the vernal equinox point, where the ecliptic plane, which is the purple line, and the equatorial plane, because this is the equator pertaining to the Earth. Now, usually, you're not used to seeing it like that because you're used to being on a, let me see, will it allow me to tilt you guys? Let's tilt this for a second. I really want to tilt it. All right, well, let me pull it that way. I thought it was going to let me do the pulling because I want to be able to tilt the equator like the ecliptic is tilted. But obviously, this is fixed. Yeah. But it's all good. Can I turn it? No, I can't. I can just move it with my finger, though. As my tablet thingy, laptop tablet thingy is, you know, touchscreen as well. But anywho, we'll just leave it like that. So where this purple line and this green line cross, that's the ecliptic plane. And right now, I mean that part, pardon me, the ecliptic plane, purple line, and the equator, the green line, where those two lines intersect, that's the vernal equinox point. Alrighty, now correct me if I'm wrong, other astrologers and astronomers out there, if I'm wrong, correct me. It's like, oh, I just had a brain fart, I guess. But from my studies thus far, this is the vernal equinox point. So at this point is where we on Earth celebrate the new year pertaining to now the sun ingressing into tropic Aries, all right? And that's the zodiac pertaining to the Earth. Because there's a zodiac on the Earth pertaining to the Earth. So here is 0 degrees tropic Aries. And then we're going to go across. When you get to 30 degrees, there'll be 0 degrees Taurus. Another 30 degrees, 0 degrees Gemini. You know what I'm saying? However, now, that vernal equinox point is about 25 degrees 1 minute in difference to the actual constellation Aries. So there's a difference between tropic Earth-based Aries and the constellation Aries. And their distance between each other in Vedic astrology is called an ayanamsha, according to my studies thus far. And that ayanamsha is the distance between sidereal Aries and tropic Aries. And that difference is 25 degrees 1 minute at the moment, right? To prove that, right? Let's go here, right? Now, I'm going to show you, right? You're looking now at a tropical, right? Chart that's moving constantly. This is it right now where the planets are right now, right? All right. So I'm using Astrolog 6.40. My other laptop, I have 6.50. I just, pardon me, didn't update 6.40 to 6.50, but it's all good. It's amazing. All right. So with that being said, now what I'm going to show you guys is, you see how, oh, this would be perfect. Let's use the first house. See how the first house is at 22, Leo? I'm gonna hit the letter S and change tropical to sidereal. Boom. See how it's at 27 degrees Cancer now? 27 degrees Cancer, right? To 22 Leo. That's a 25-degree difference. That's the ayanamsha. Because this tropical Leo is the Leo pertaining to the Earth that CM Bay speaks on in our zodiac constitution. Oh, time never was when man was not. It just depends on which system are you measuring time with. And you don't have to sit here and war about it and kill people for hundreds and thousands of years because you want to control the timeline. All right, so here we go. just wanted to, just this basic stuff I want you guys to just kind of get under your belt so it's not confusing to you, alrighty? So that should now completely have us understand and grasp a little further this just right here, alrighty? So that's why I wanted to take you guys to kind of see this so you can start grasping some things astronomically and astrologically. Now, this one, like, I know when I do my reports, you guys know I'm way more, what's the word? Organized, so to speak. And I do reports and everything of that nature. Oh my goodness, you guys can, chroma key, the lighting's different, whatever. So it's like you guys can actually see, right? That there's some basis to everything that I'm saying. However, when I go and do a report, I'm going to actually write my reports out now that I got this whole YouTube thing out of my system. And I'll go back and look and see how everything actually looks or whatever, how everything sounds or whatever, and see who all just, gave your opinion and say what you're doing. Matter of fact, let's go and check some of these comments here, actually. Pardon me, guys. Just really, really quick, check your comments. Oh, guys, you guys are really showing out. Hey, alrighty, you guys say I'm good. Alrighty, Damone Cashew. Hey, Asima, you're hilarious, bro. Indeed, alrighty, so you guys, so all you guys say it works. That's great, I appreciate you all. Really, I really appreciate that you are enjoying them too. Alrighty, sounds good. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Yeah, the instability of man. Thank you, Brother Ronnie. He said that's chapter 40, the instability of man. Alrighty, got you. Indeed. Alrighty. So, now, right, when we just kind of like, if you just look at these things, just the little small things that I brought up. I know I'm gonna do a report later and go deeper into right ascension and declination and go deeper into the difference. It's not even a difference, really. It's just like, sidereal has its place. Tropic has its place. Sidereal has this, woo! You want to talk about sidereal astrology or Vedic astrology? I just downloaded Jagannatha Hora 8.0 by PVR Narasimha Rao. PVR Narasimha Rao is the designer for Jagannatha Hora 8.0. And goodness gracious, man, I love Vedic astrology. It just made me realize how much more studying I really have to do. Like, yo! I know what this is, but it's in Sanskrit, so I gotta learn more Sanskrit. You know what I mean? But it's all good. I really enjoy it. I mean, you guys are really awesome and helpful with a lot of things, so I really appreciate you all. Let's go a little further into this real quick, just to see how this right ascension thing is or whatever. So I'm gonna move this star again, right? And shout out again to University of Nebraska-Lincoln for giving out these dope simulations, you know what I mean? So now, let's say this planet is Jupiter. And on the ecliptic plane, Jupiter, right? Let's just go here. Let's just see where Jupiter is, right? Pardon me, I keep going to main 3. Here's main 2. Alrighty, so if you keep just looking at, let's look at Jupiter, right? Tropically speaking, Jupiter is 23 degrees Capricorn. Even, it's at 23 degrees Capricorn right now, chilling, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's super chilling, like, I'm Jupiter and I'm just chilling in Capricorn at 23 degrees. Which means it's actually about to enter sidereal Capricorn. So it's at the end of Sagittarius. Look, watch. Jupiter, 27 degrees Sagittarius, 59 minutes. Hey, look at that. In the sidereal, right? So if you guys really see these numbers right here, this is saying that the sun is directly on its path. The sun will never have a declination. It'll always be 0. However, Jupiter seems to be just 2 minutes south. That's what the negative is. 2 minutes south, right? So how would that look in the simulator? Okay, so this is how it would look, right? If I wanted to move Jupiter, right? Well, let's just say from the vernal equinox point, right? How far it is, right? So let's say this is Jupiter, right? And we want to move Jupiter. How far do we want to move Jupiter along the ecliptic plane? Because you're not going to see what I want you to see as far as the actual. I just want to do an example. Because really, zodiacally speaking, sidereal, right? 210 to 240 is Scorpio. 240 to 270 is Sagittarius. Right now, 27 degrees, 59 minutes. Let's say 28 degrees sidereal is where Jupiter is, right? So that's about 268 degrees zodiacal. 268 degrees, 268 arc degrees zodiacal. Because from 240 to 270, zodiacal and arc degrees is Sagittarius. So if I was to move across this purple line, 268 degrees away from this 0 point. So let's just imagine, right? Because that's supposed to be Aries, right? Sagittarius, right? Would be about 100 and, no, we already said we're 200 and some change away though, zodiacally speaking. So it really kind of be a trying situation. If I said that right, because 0 to 30 is Aries, 30 to 60 is Taurus, 60 to 90 is Gemini, 90 to 120 is Cancer, 120 to 150 is Leo, 150 to 180 is Libra, 180 to 210 is, did I say that right? Hold on, 120 to 150, right? 90 to 120 is Cancer. Okay, got that, right? Leo is 120 to 150, right? So then 150 to 180 is Libra, right? So now Scorpio. Did I say that right? Okay, 180, 210. So maybe I'm off. Maybe it's 240 then. 240 to 270 is, so pardon me guys, look at that. I love when I do that though. All right, so I want you to actually see, you know, if we just look at the numbers, I'm trying to think of so much right now or whatever, but I know in my head and most astrologers and astronomers know where I'm going with this. So let's start over. Let's start Aries, 0 to 30, right? From 30 to 60 is Gemini. I mean, it's Taurus. Gemini is 60 to 90, alrighty. Cancer is from 90 to 120, all right? Leo, 120, right, to 150, alrighty. Libra, 150 to 180, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I mean? So 0 to 30 is Aries, right? 30 to 60, 60 to 90, that's Gemini. Okay, now we at Cancer, 90 to 120. Now we at Leo, 120 to 150. All right, Virgo. I keep forgetting Virgo. Don't do. Why am I forgetting Virgo? Let's see why I forgot Virgo. Astronomy and astrology, right? Let's see why I just did that. If I check my tropic chart, right? Ha! My first house is in the 11th house right now. This is so funny, right? So me on the internet. But right now, as far as going with memory, right? Look. Moon is memory, Mercury, I'm looking to communicate it, it's setting. The moon and Mercury is setting. That's why I'm just sitting here like, hold on, let me, for a second, hold on, let me wait. And that's happening in my tropic ninth house. So, it's so really freaking cool how I just said that. Oh, hold on, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting Virgo! So Virgo is from 150 to 180. Libra is 180 to 210. Scorpio, 210 to 240. Sagittarius, 240 to 270. There we go. So it's not 268 degrees. Pardon me. No, it is. It is. It's 268, 240 to 270. Yeah, it's 268. Boom. I'm gonna stick with that. If I'm wrong and people want to correct me, do it. Leave it in the comments or whatever. People come and look. I didn't like what I don't care, guys. I got so much going on right now. This is the first one. That's why I do reports. But I'm gonna keep freestyling this thing off the top of my head. So let's just have some fun, alrighty? All right. So off the top of my head, let's just say Jupiter was just basically like right there. I really wanted to be 268 degrees away because, like I said, I know 180 to 210 is Libra, 210 to 240 that's all Scorpio. So Sag is 240 to 270. So right now Jupiter would be at 268 arc degrees zodiacal, sidereally speaking, right? So with that being said, 260 degrees away from zodiacal Aries. Let me say it like that so I don't confuse you with showing that where the ecliptic plane and equatorial plane cross. You're like, but I thought that was 25 degrees. Yes, it is. So let me not confuse things or whatever. So I gotta make sure even while I'm freestyling, I'm editing as I'm going along. Alrighty? But let's just, just for the fun of it, let's just say about right here, all right? So let's just put Jupiter. Let's imagine that this star is Jupiter. This is Jupiter, right? And Jupiter now has moved 9 hours. That's right ascension. So Jupiter's right ascension is 9 hours. We're not even discussing Jupiter's longitude and latitude on the ecliptic plane. We already saw that already, right? Pardon me, guys. 2 seconds. There we go. I'm gonna put it right here. Now I got it all set. So now you guys can see me, right? So I got Jupiter right here on the purple line, right? So there on the purple line, you would get the celestial longitude and latitude and the declination, sort of, right? So technically, its declination is just south, right? This is how I could kind of figure out exactly where we could say it is, right? So if I was to go here, and again look back at here, Jupiter's declination is negative 0 degrees 2 minutes arc, alrighty? So now we're gonna go back to this, alrighty? Go back to the Swift player, University of Nebraska-Lincoln, alrighty? Celestial equator, right ascension and declination demonstrator. And now we're gonna put the declination at -2. Negative 0 point. See, that's how I'm just gonna do it like this. No, I can't, but boom, let's do just 0.1, right? Let's do 0.2 just for fun. Even though 2 minutes is not necessarily 2/10 of a degree, because 2/10 of a degree is actually 12 minutes arc, because 1/10 of a degree is 6 arc minutes, but whatever. Anyway, let's just say that's about where it is, and we're gonna move this along a little bit further, right? But let's say Jupiter is about right there. Just about to cross the other side, which would be what? That would be Libra, wouldn't it? Because if where the ecliptic plane and the equatorial plane crosses the vernal equinox point, then this must be the autumnal equinox point, right? So Jupiter, sidereally speaking, is just about to cross that point, so to speak, ish, maybe, no? No, probably not. But I'm just thinking in theory, that's the tropic. That would be tropic in theory, right? So that's just me just trying to do my best to explain and seeing how that actually rolls and how it goes or whatever. However, the point that I'm making is I want you to be able to see that that's what these things mean. Right ascension, declination, things of that nature or whatever. So right ascension is while this planet is traveling, Jupiter is traveling on the purple, how far along the equator has it gone? Oh, it's gone 10.6 hours along the equator. Okay, how far is it from the equator? You know what I mean? North to south. So we already know how far east from the 0 hour point it went. How far is it north to south now? Okay, right now its declination is 10.6. It's 10 degrees 6 minutes north. But if I bring it here, Jupiter keeps traveling. We're imagining that this is Jupiter. Now, at its 13.4 hour, alrighty, as far as its right ascension is concerned, because the right ascension deals with the planet's relationship to the equator. Celestial longitude and latitude is the celestial body's relationship to the sun's path. Right? Ascension and declination is its relationship to the equator. And then there's another one you would need to do, which is azimuth and zenith, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll go on that on something else too, because azimuth and zenith are also, man, I hope I'm saying those things correct. That's why I do reports, guys. Again, it's so many things I want to speak about, but when I do reports, they're not long-winded like this, for those that know my history on Facebook. So this will be the last time I freestyle on YouTube, okay, guys? I will have, like, straight up reports done, PowerPointed out, whatever the case may be, alrighty? So here we go. Alrighty! So this right here is how you see right ascension and declination. So a lot of times I know a lot of people just getting started in astrology and they just want to know what celestial longitude and latitude means, just like right here. You're like, what do these numbers mean, Hassan? I want to know what this stuff means. Okay, well, that's the celestial longitude. That's us projecting where the planets appear to be from our perspective on Earth when we project it to the sun's path. That's what we're seeing here. Some astrologers not only use that, but they want to know what the right ascension and the declination is too, because then that gives off an interpretation as well in the energy as well, right? Let's go here and get a refresher real quick. Let's see this real quick, right? And I just want to look up, don't do that to me. Let's see. It's this simple, guys. Azimuth. Meaning, right? Ooh. Azimuth, right? Now, azimuth has to deal with horizon, right? Woo!
37 bucks.
You're all over the place, baby. Okay, now you're ready. Alrighty, thank you, Internet, for being kind. Here we go. Pardon me, y'all. So this is the azimuth, right? The direction of a celestial object from the observer, okay, that's Earth, we're observing from Earth, expressed as an angular distance from the north or south point of the horizon to the point at which a vertical circle passing through the object intersects the horizon. So that's where you got, zenith and azimuth. Alrighty. Let's make sure I'm looking at that correct. Yep. So you guys can go and check out azimuth for yourself to see what that is. If I'm not mistaken. So that's azimuth. And let's make sure my memory is suiting me properly. All these books and reading. Zenith, meaning alrighty, that's taking forever. The point in the sky or celestial sphere directly above the observer, right? Why do I feel like I'm drawing a brain fart? Let me get my book, y'all. Y'all hold on one second. I'm gonna get my book because I got my notes on me. Sometimes I gotta go for my trusted notes here. Alrighty. All right. Let's double check. Just to double check. So I'm gonna check my little trusty notebook that I got here, right? And double check because I be having a boatload of notes in here, guys. Like seriously. And some of my notes that I got in here really does go over these things. I just want to make sure I'm brushing up properly on it. As a matter of fact, is it in the front? And I tell you guys, I wrote all these things down. I have so many folded scrolls. When I say I have folded scrolls, I literally have folded scrolls. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Now, these are mostly people's natal charts, reports. So yeah, sometimes when I do, like I said, when I do reports, I got you guys reports like handwritten. Yep. I'm gonna have to find those notes again, man. But like I said, this is why I do a presentation. All astrologers do it like that. But like I said, guys, I just wanted you to just come on here with me. It's my first time on YouTube live and stream. Streaming live, live and stream. Yeah, I'm live in the stream and streaming live. So anywho, let's see. Let me sit right here. This is great. How does Brother Hassan go about studying? Let's do that. Let's have one of those sessions. Time out. Because I know I got it here too. So that way I can move faster here and just bring it up for you guys. And you just tell me what you think. Correct? So let me bring it up for y'all real quick, right? Right. See, that's what I wanted to expand on that too. Late Middle English denoting the arc pertaining to celestial circle from the zenith to the horizon. That's what I was saying. That's what from the zenith to the horizon. That's azimuth. So the zenith is right over your head, right? And the azimuth, as it is saying, like I said, that's why I was like, hold on, man, I know I got it. Old French azimut, from Arabic asamt, or asamt, right? From al, the, samt, way, the way. Azimuth is the way. Remember when they were saying Jesus and the disciples, they didn't call it Christianity, they called it the way? All right, anyway, I told you guys there's a reason why I wanted to go over this stuff, because it'd be on my head and then I'd be like, oh my God, I'm thinking about that too. And then I'm thinking about this as well, but whatever. It is what it is, guys. But when I come back with my reports or whatever, it'll be what it be. I just really want to bring this up for you guys so you can really see this stuff. It's like, whoa. So yeah, celestial longitude, celestial latitude. It's on the ecliptic plane. All right, that's relationship, celestial bodies, relationship to the sun's path. Right ascension declination, celestial bodies, relationship to the equator. Alrighty. Right ascension is traveling east along the equator. Declination is how high, or it's positioning in the sky, either north or south of the equator. Wanted to find the right words to say there. All right. So here we go. Yeah, azimuth. That's what I thought, man. I got this. I knew I had this, man. Sometimes, guys, I ain't gonna front. Sometimes I be like, hold on, let me double check, make sure I'm not wrong, because I ain't afraid to be corrected. You know, some people be all embarrassed. My dad, you correct me. And I'll be the first to be like, yo, I was loud and wrong, my bad. You know what I mean? And then I'll move right along. You know what I'm saying? Yep, azimuth and elevation. Yeah, so we covered that, man. I just really wanted to get into some basics. Astronomy, astrology, and the basics, like just your perspectives, alrighty? So I hope we got enough vocabulary words out there. I hope I brought enough to the table for you guys to go and challenge anything that I brought to the table. And then you come back and leave comments below or email me, text me if you know me. Let me know. I mean, there's times I've posted stuff. I told you there's times that I posted stuff on purpose just to see if people would correct I would put a typo on purpose, a typographical error or whatever. Brother Jaguar Soul has always been like, bro, you know, such and such and such and such is this instead of that, right? But you put that and like, That's an astrology student there for you that's, like, oh, yo, you messed up. And all you other guys, too. All you mothers and sons, all you guys are really awesome astro students, alrighty? I'm just mentioning that Brother Jag will be like, yo, that's wrong, bruh. And I'll be like, yo, thank you, yo. Because at least that's letting me know that somebody's going to really say something. You know what I mean? But sometimes I actually make genuine mistakes. You know what I mean? And then I still go back and proofread the stuff, too, as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on my first live feed on YouTube, right? So maybe a year from now, we'll celebrate. Yay! We did a whole year on YouTube, and we went over right ascension and declination. Yay! You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that or whatever. But I hope you guys really can, enjoy what's right here. Isn't it really weird that I can do that? Look, but when I'm looking, it's really nothing right here I'm looking at. It's just all illusion. I just turn my head yeah, right there, guys. And you see right here, you know what I mean, where it says east right here? I'm not really pointing to anything. I just love visual art. It's so fun. Anyway, so guys, I want you to enjoy yourself. Thank you so much, so much, alrighty, for just being cool, being who you are. Really being like, hey, Hassan, you really got it. Hold on, let me just move out of there just in case you guys want to kind of look at that a little bit more or whatever. Shout out to University of Nebraska-Lincoln, again, for their simulators. Because think about it, guys, we can be, homeschooling our posterity with these things. And all we got to do is, if we don't understand certain terms, Google it, at least. Or call your, your fellow astrological colleague. Adept student mate. Alrighty. I appreciate you all. Just trying to think of what else I can speak on before I go. That's it. I think that's good enough for a first little YouTube thing or whatever. Leave your comments, leave your suggestions, leave questions. Anything you guys want to know in the next presentation, leave that all down there in the comments below and I'll go and check it out or whatever. What you guys think I should do? Hey man, I want to talk about this. Can you talk about that? Okay, cool, I'll talk about it. But when I talk about it, make sure you do your research as well. You know what I mean? So that we can come together. Because we're an astrological community. Alrighty? And that's what it's about. Alrighty? This is how we assist in uplifting all in humanity, utilizing civics appropriately and properly. How Prophet Noble Drew Ali intended, right? Speaking of which, let's get that going. All honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? And I'm glad we was able to really look at these things and have some fun with these things, guys, really. And just kind of look at, a couple simulators and stuff like that or whatever. But from here on out, I'm going to work on my next report. And I'm going to think about what my next report is or whatever, or what I would like to share. There's so many astrology basics videos out there that, my thing is practicality. However, I will speak on any and everything that comes to astrology. And if I have the knowledge, I have it. If I don't, I don't. And I don't mind looking for it and sharing it, alrighty? However, you guys want to get your readings done, right? 443-376-8764 is the Google voice line for all those that want to reach me internationally. For all those that know me here that are on American soil, you have that number as well. That one is not as public as the 376-8764. Alrighty, you can email me, 7hillstar@gmail.com for your readings as well. Mirror session, anyone? For those that know the style pertaining to the mirror session that it is that I do or whatever. And we'll really see how the rest of this actually came out. And I really hope that too many things aren't delayed or whatever. But I'll see. Like I said, guys, this was the first one. So, allow me room to, I guess, to make error or to look like a noob streamer, I guess, whatever. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time and your energy and support. I yield the floor. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love. Namaste.